have the pleasure tonight to introduce John Simmons, Director of Performing Arts at the Peabody High Veteran Memorial High School. And he's also one of this year's George Peabody Legacy Award recipients. So congratulations, John. And we have the pleasure of having the Peabody Veteran Memorial High School Chorale, the full house, here with us tonight. So I'd like to introduce them and invite them to come on out. Come on. Let's have another round of applause for Full House. Thank you so much, John. My name is Beth Amiko, and I'm the Executive Director, and I'm proud to say that I'm the Executive Director of the Peabody Area Chamber of Commerce, or you may hear me refer to it as the PAC, as we sometimes do. I work with the wonderful Maria Terrace, the Chamber's Programs Director, recently celebrated her 8th anniversary here at the Chamber, and whose genuine and caring contribution to the PAC is just instrumental to our success. So thank you, Maria, for everything you do. We all know it, yes. On behalf of the PAC, thank you all for being here tonight. It's our largest annual dinner crowd in the last 5 years and one of the largest in the last 30. So thank you, a round of applause to you. I've been in this role for coming up on a year now, and I want to send out a big thank you to Corey Jackson, who I know is the outgoing chairman this year, but also to all of the board members for the guidance and support that you have provided me throughout this last year. I'm truly overwhelmed by the support from all of you, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to celebrate the perseverance, the resilience, and dedication of our members and communities. I would like to give a special introduction and thank you to those elected officials with us tonight, in addition to tonight's sponsors. We have Peabody's Mayor, Ted Betancourt. Thank you, Peabody. Senator Joan Lovely is juggling a few events tonight, so she'll be joining us a little later. Yes, she will. Go see it. She'll see it. State Representative Sally Cairns is with us tonight. Thank you, Sally. State Representative Tom Walsh is also juggling a few things tonight, but Andrew Arnottis from his office is here tonight. Thank you, Andrew. We have Peabody at-large City Councilor John Turco. Thank you. Peabody School Committee member Joe Amiko. And 2 newly elected ward councilors, Ward 3 Councilor Stephanie Peach and Ward 4 Councilor Julie Daigle. And on to our sponsors, which if you can tell by the thickness of the program, we have a lot of them. So we're very thankful for them, and we want to mention all of them. So our premier sponsor tonight, and I feel like I'm just turning and realizing I haven't looked over here yet, so I apologize. Community Credit Union is our premier sponsor tonight, so thank you. I'm going to read through the rest, and we're going to, if we could hold our applause till the end, because there is definitely a good list of them here. Our gold sponsors: Classic Faces Day Spa, Johnson O'Connor, JJR Enterprise, MRG Construction Management, North Shore Bank, and Salem 5 Bank. Thank you to our gold sponsors. Our silver sponsors: Citizens Inn, the City of Peabody, Eastern Bank, Rousselot of Peabody, and Ruggiero Family Memorial Home. Thank you, sirs. Our cocktail sponsors tonight: Barry Realty Group, Cataldo Ambulance, Golf Lounge 18, Gravock, and Thompson Real Estate Advisors. Our solo crudité sponsor is the International Protective Services Group. Thank you. We have many bronze sponsors: Bishop Fenwick High School, Bradford Floor and Home, Business Copy Associates, the CI Group, Conway Cahill Broder Funeral Home, Joe Lepori of Edward Jones, MCH Security and Protective Services, North Shore Accounting Services, and Wood Trucking Corporation. Thank you all. Our music sponsor tonight is Amiko Property Services, which is kind of ironic because he doesn't like to dance at all. So it is kind of, right, DJ Rob? You know that. He's not a dancer, and he's the music sponsor, but we appreciate it. Woo! Our party favor sponsor is Create and Escape Creative Studios and Workshops. And so you will notice on your tables that everyone has a keychain that they made just in these last couple of days at Create and Escape. So please make sure that you take one of those home. So thank you to Create and Escape, Wendy and Pasquale. So we have our diamond level members that are so supportive of us throughout the year. So I want to make sure that they are recognized as well. We have Boston Children's at Peabody, Capital One Cafe, Gravock, Hemisphere Development Group, Lifetime North Shore Mall, MassPay, Mills 58, Salem 5 Bank, Sandra Network, and Spectra Networks. Thank you for all of your support throughout the year. And we also have raffles. If you've not been over to the raffle table tonight, it's near the bar, and we have 3 raffles that are 3 tickets for $20 for chances, and those are, number 1, a big wine, I want to call it a basket, there's no basket there, but there's lots of loose bottles of wine and a $75 gift card to Venom Wine, and that was donated by our board members, so thank you for that. We also have 2 tickets to the New Year's game, the Bruins-Sabres game, donated by Business Copy Associates. Thank you, Dave, for those. We also have 2 Celtics tickets for the January 15th game against the Bulls, and those were donated by Ruggiero Family Memorial Home. Thank you. And then we have 2 silent auctions over there. So we have Long's Jewelers, a beautiful locket necklace, so you can go over and write in your bid. And we also have a 1-year family membership that was donated by the Terigian YMCA. So please be generous. We would very much appreciate it. But so great raffle prizes, and there'll be another time towards the end of dinner when you could jump over there. And so we're thankful to all of our sponsors and to those who donated our prizes. But I also have a couple of other special shouts out. First of all, Spinelli's. Thank you to the wonderful food that we're having and will have. Thank you to Dennis and Michelle Feld of Evans Flowers. Your centerpieces were donated by Evans Flowers, so thank you. But just a note on that, if you would like to bring that centerpiece home, you will find an envelope on the table, and all we ask is that if you make a donation to that envelope, those donations are going to No Child Goes Hungry in Peabody. So please, again, be generous. Thank you. And thank you to Elvis Perez, who you will see taking pictures tonight. Thank you, Elvis. His day job is an operations manager at MGH, so thank you for that too, but thank you for being here to take pictures too. Last but certainly not least, I'm looking at him right there, Jim Palmer and Dawn as well of Peabody TV, so thank you so much, who's broadcasting. So as I mentioned, CCU is our premier sponsor this evening. Dr. Nick Sarantopoulos was here earlier but was not able to hang around. But we're so thankful to him and the CCU team for their sponsorship. So I would like to welcome Laureen Wessel of CCU up to say a few words. Laureen.
Thank you. So thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'm Laureen Wessel. I'm with Community Credit Union, Vice President of the Lending Department. It's a pleasure to be here this evening to help celebrate the 90th anniversary of the Peabody Chamber. Community Credit Union takes pride in giving back to the community through participating in chamber events and other local organizations. We were founded in 1955 by a group of visionary leaders who cared about local working people, families, and small businesses. As a credit union, we're a not-for-profit cooperative financial institution. That means we exist for the benefits of the people we serve. You'll notice that we call them members instead of customers. They're our fellow human beings and they're co-owners of the credit union. We are a full-service financial institution and have branches in Peabody, Somerville, and Lynn. We are here to meet all of your financial needs, including commercial and residential mortgages. We offer every program all the big banks and mortgage companies offer, only we do it with personal service and guide you through the process. We offer free pre-qualification letters that include complete credit reports and underwriting to ensure that when you present an offer, you're confident that you're well qualified. We have in-house decision-making, quick turnarounds, fixed Fannie Mae interest rates, VA and FHA loans. We have jumbo products with 10% down and no private mortgage insurance. A fantastic first-time homebuyer program, many programs, some with 0% down. So I invite you to stop in and meet our team, or we would love to come to your office and meet your team. Thank you for all the business you have given us. We're extremely grateful for your support. So I hope you enjoy the holidays with your family and enjoy the evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Laureen, and thank you again to the CCU Community Credit Union team. Thank you. So to talk a little bit about the chamber, and then definitely it will be time to eat after. But the PAC sets goals each year and aligns them with our mission of empowering businesses to succeed while enriching the community. You may have heard us say this before, but we believe businesses that work together are much stronger than those who go it alone. PAC also keeps our three objectives in mind when considering how we can best serve our members. And they're three words, you've probably seen them everywhere in our logo, but build, connect, and influence. When I talk about building, we look to building in different ways. We look to build our offerings for members. We look to build better ways to communicate and use our time. And we try our best to spread the good work of the Chamber and benefits that it offers to its members. And wow, I have to say, thank you to all of you who have spread that great word, and especially our membership committee this year, because we welcomed 40 new members to the Peabody Area Chamber of Commerce this year. So I am going to list them off, even if they're not here, only because I felt that it's so important to think about that these businesses thought it enough to invest in the PAC to be a bigger part of their community in the midst of a pandemic. And we are grateful and happy to have all of them. So our new members that we're celebrating: Cummings Properties, Custom Cutting Landscaping, Dermatology and Skin Health, Eastern Propane, FCP Live-In, Frankie Slice, Freshwater Daily, Generator Supercenter of Massachusetts, Holy Carp Design, In Motion Fitness, Lifetime North Shore Motorworks, Oleo, Pathways for Children, PGA Tour Superstore, PNC Bank, Recovery Journey, Switch Design Team, TBI, Thomas Burgoyne Investigations, who I think is watching live in West Virginia right now. I think that's our furthest away member, I believe, in West Virginia. He is my dad. There was I did a little bit of arm twisting, but Tech Evolution, Tony's Recon, Total Arts Workshops, and Zen Business. But before we clap for all of them, I have more, because there are 17 more who are here with us tonight. So I just want to call them out. Amiko Property Services, Barry Realty Group, Bradford Floor and Home, Classic Faces Day Spa, Dot Connector Consulting, Golf Lounge 18, International Protective Services, JJR Enterprise Incorporated, North Shore Accounting Services, North Shore Barber Supply, Northfields United LLC, Peabody Little League, Peabody West Little League, Peabody Youth Girls Lacrosse. Brian Vinagro, you were on a roll. Sanctum Style, Sarah J. Consulting, and Wishing Wick Candle Company. So thank you all for being here. So if we talk about our objective around Connect, it's thinking outside of the box, pivoting, getting creative, virtual connections, Zoom. So it's so nice not being in sweats and our PJs tonight, which is great. It's nice to get dressed up and see people in person. But I know, and I like being in my PJs too, but businesses in our communities were challenged with how to best keep communicating and connecting with each other and their customers and their clients and consumers. The PAC asked those same questions. We did a lot of virtual connecting, and thank you to Salem 5 for being our networking sponsor this year, who allowed us to do things like use Blitzer, which is an online platform that allowed our guests multiple one-to-one networking opportunities within a 1-hour session. We created fun power-up Zooms with like little the little things, and Dee was always like, hey, let's trivia. That's what I was just trying to say, survey, but trivias, and it was always fun and engaging, and that's what we're all about. We changed our legislative breakfast, which is usually in person and at the Peabody Marriott, and we did lattes with legislators, and thankfully we were able to bring the same information via Zoom. And I know Sally liked your mug, your PAC mug. Thank you. But we also partnered with the city of Peabody and changed our health and wellness expo to be outside at the Leather City Common. We partnered with the Small Business Administration. We offered webinars regarding the PPP loans and restaurant revitalization fund process. connecting with MassPay to educate businesses on the employee tax retention credit and FMLA updates, and offered business COVID updates. Thank you to the partnership with Cataldo Ambulance and the Peabody Board of Health, led by Sharon Cameron, who so deservingly is being honored as a local hero by the Peabody Rotary Club. Speaking of that Rotary Club, we're also thankful that we were able to have our golf tournament again this year in May, and continue to raise money to offer our scholarships into next year, and almost tripled the amount that we'll be able to offer next year. So we're excited about that. The PAC also continues to connect our communities with our nonprofit members. We receive calls all the time. Who can we reach out to, and how can we help? And we offer our list of nonprofit members and talk about our Chamber for Good program, which thank you to Peabody Wealth Advisors for sponsoring that. It allows us to spotlight a different nonprofit each month throughout the year. But our nonprofit members were forced to work even harder than usual to come up with ways to fundraise, connect, and communicate, to continue their work that they do for people from 1 to 101 years old. And we appreciate all of our nonprofit members, but we have 14 of them represented here tonight. I'm like astounded by the numbers, by the way, if you can't tell. So a special thank you for all that you do, and I'd like to call you out. I know Christy can't be here, it was last minute, but I want to give a shout out to Allergy and Asthma Awareness Initiative, Inc., Bishop Fenwick High School, Citizens Inn, Northeast Arc, Peabody Education Foundation, Peabody Little League, Peabody Main Streets, Peabody Public Schools, Peabody Rotary Club, Peabody TV, Peabody West Little League, Peabody Youth Girls Lacrosse, the Progeria Research Foundation, and the Terigian Family YMCA. And our third objective is influence, and we're continuing to work with local and state legislators along with state organizations and programmers, continuing to open and be a part of the line of communication and partner and liaison with our area, towns, and cities. And you'll hear more about this objective as the night goes on. But I also look forward to continuing conversations with other local chamber directors and create ways to collaborate more with them in the future. And speaking of the future, the year ahead will be something that the 2021-22 new board, we just got our fancy new board picture taken out there on the stairs, so that'll be fun to see. Thank you, Elvis. But we'll be discussing our goals for this upcoming year in our December meeting, so I look forward to that. And you'll hear more about our goals from the past year, how we met them, any challenges that we came up to, and how we will begin looking ahead later tonight as well. But now, it's time to enjoy dinner. So certainly enjoy your meal and enjoy the company at your table. As I mentioned, we have the raffle table over there. So while Spinelli's does their thing here, please enjoy the company that you have here next to you and the fact that we're all here together in person. So thank you, and we'll be back after dinner. Thank you so much. Welcome back, everybody. I hope everyone enjoyed their meals. If I could steal your attention, I do want to make one announcement and an apology. I wanted to make sure that I recognize North Shore Community Action Programs, who is here with us, one of our nonprofits tonight as well, who I missed earlier. So Laura, thank you. So now it's going to be time that we take a moment to celebrate the current Peabody Area Chamber board members and say an extra thank you to those who dedicated time and support throughout their board time and served the PAC very well. In addition, we want to give a big welcome to those who have raised their hands to be considered and have been voted on to be a part of the board for at least the next 3 years. I may get you for more. Nope, not one, Paul. 3 at least. You signed up. You already signed it. So I would like to invite our outgoing chairman, Corey Jackson, Executive Director of Citizens Inn. So Corey, I know you're gonna miss I have like Friday 1 o'clock appointments, which I'm sure Corey loves. But he never complained about them, and he just always reviewed my priorities and focus and attention, and so I really appreciate your time. And before you speak, I have the official gavel plaque, which I know, yes. And it says here, presented to Corey Jackson, Chairman 2020 to 2021, in appreciation of your support and dedication to the Peabody Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm going to give you a hug. All right, Corey, the mic is all yours.
New name tag.
Oh, yeah. And
no, I already-
that's just one to have for.
Oh, my old name
Yes.
tag. Thank you.
For-
I will cherish this forever. Hello, everyone. So I'm Corey Jackson, Executive Director of Citizens Inn, past president of the Peabody Rotary Club, and now past chairman of the Peabody Area Chamber of Commerce. It's been quite the roller coaster, as all of those things happened during a pandemic. I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really happy to see so many people in this room today. This year started with me dressed in a very silly 1920s costume on a Facebook Live. Yep, which I think was memorialized in all of the local newspapers with my silly hat on. And that's not what I look like. This is what I look like. So there you go. So I thought it'd be a little predictable and start with a quote. The leader is the person who brings a little magic to the moment. That's Denise Morrison, President and CEO of Campbell Soup. I want to start out by thanking Beth Amiko for bringing a little magic to the past 12 months. Without her skills and abilities, our chamber would have been dead in the water. Last year, in the middle of the pandemic, our financial state was questionable, our membership was down, and we were bringing in our third executive director in that many years. I believed strongly that my role as chairman was to support Beth in any way I could to bring the board alongside her to execute her vision and make her and our chamber a long-term success. I've been impressed with all of you in our membership and our chamber's ability to change and even grow in today's challenging environment. This year, our board of directors set aggressive goals around internal controls, membership growth, government advocacy, education, board governance, and scholarship. Beth has already gone through some of these. On membership, we grew by 40 new members, and we re-engaged 14 other members. That is huge, amazing work. I won't go through the list of legislative activities that Beth has already gone through, but it was an incredible year led by our Government Advocacy Committee, really connecting us with all levels of government. On nominating, we met the goals of recruiting 4 new business leaders onto our board of directors for the next fiscal year, who you will meet in just a moment. Scholarship Committee was able to give out $2,500 in a challenging year, and we will be giving out $7,500 next year due to the efforts that we raised money this year. On the finance side, your chamber has great financial oversight. We created great efficiencies in how the chamber is run, what vendors support it, what banks we are using, and our next fiscal year we are going into with extremely sound financial footing. And finally, on education, we partnered with Peabody Main Streets on a $67,000 MGCC government grant to bring the Destination Creation course to all of you. 28 businesses took part, received a free 8-week course, and received $1,300 in technical assistance to implement pieces of the strategies they learned in that course. Now, a $125,000 grant has followed that, and many of you are partaking in the new course that is being offered now. I think Matt Genzali is going to go a little bit more into that a little later. Truly incredible efforts. So how about a round of applause for our 2020-2021 Board of Directors for those results on their goals for this fiscal year. I just have a few thank yous. I want to thank my wife, Sarah, who's here tonight. She is also a brand new chamber member. Took part in the destination creation course, so I was able to hear the behind the scenes on that, and it was all positive reviews. So I just want to thank you, Sarah, for supporting me through the past few years, having to lead Rotary, the Chamber, and Citizens In through a pandemic, and lots of, dare I say, pivoting. I don't want to ever hear that word again. I want to thank Maria Terrace for your hard work on behalf of the Chamber. You know, in addition to assisting with everything I just talked about, you brought back in-person ribbon cuttings, networking events, and large-scale events such as the Summer Shindig and this event tonight, in the midst of everything else going on. Huge. Another round of applause for Maria. All of this was done while you, our members, while our board members, while our chamber staff, while our families were dealing with this incredible, challenging time. We were working on keeping our businesses on track, and we still did all of this for our Chamber of Commerce. It seems almost impossible that we could have accomplished all of this year. But I'm going to leave you with one more quote from Walt Disney. It's kind of fun to do the impossible. Thank you. All right, at this time, I'd like to recognize our 2020-2021 board members who will be coming off the board this year. If you could please come up to the stage as I call your name. Trisha Labby of TL Massage. Trisha was chair of our membership committee this year, which you've heard a lot about so far, and that great membership growth. Thank you, Trisha. And Teresa Reed of Reed Law Firm, our past chair this year. Past chair on the e-board with us, and an incredible counsel and advisor for our e-board this year. Really appreciate it, Teresa. All right. Two others who could not be present here tonight are Laura Swanson of the Enterprise Center. A round of applause for Laura. And Randy Holland. A round of applause for Randy, please. I want to thank you all for your dedication and commitment to the Peabody Area Chamber of Commerce. All right, at this time, I'd like to introduce you to the man of the evening. Chair of your Peabody Chamber of Commerce for 2021-2022, Matt Genzali of MRG Construction. So another casualty of the pandemic is I never saw this thing until tonight. So I feel like I should at least use it once. All right, here you go, Matt.
Thank you. Thank you. I have some bad news. I am not quite as funny as Beth or Corey. I don't have any fancy quotes because I'm just not used to doing this, but I'll do the best I can. And I got some great advice from a very trusted friend and customer. Don't it up. So I'm going to try not to. But Corey, thank you. Thank you for all the hard work you put into the role for the past 12 months. It's unimaginable to lead an organization like this in such a difficult time. So we thank you all, and congratulations on a very, very well done job, well done in a very difficult year. Thank you. And thank you for the gavel. They don't let me use one of these around the office, so I think it's pretty cool. I'll use it too. So So thank you to all the membership and all the past and current board members for entrusting me with this great honor. It is a proud moment as a business owner to be able to serve in this role and to help other businesses the way that so many members of this group have helped me in my business, MRG, throughout the years. So I'm very appreciative of that, and I thank you all for, again, for trusting me to do so. I think a lot about what's the next year will look like for the Chamber. For me, it should and will be a year where we focus and emphasize our mission, to empower businesses to succeed while enriching the community. We should do everything we can over the next 12 months and beyond to honor this mission and the Chamber's vision to be a vital partner to the Peabody area business community while fostering a thriving, interconnected, and renowned home for businesses of all kinds. Corey mentioned a grant that we were awarded in collaboration with Peabody Main Streets. As part of this grant, we currently have 38 businesses working within the Destination Creation and Accelerator courses that will continue through December of this year. We're looking forward to the successful completion of that program, along with the great lessons that they've learned through the program. Each of the participating businesses is eligible to receive up to $2,000 to implement new and exciting and creative ways to increase revenue and bring customers to their business. We intend to continue working with the SBA to raise our membership's awareness about various grant opportunities, which we'll hear more about later tonight. The PACC will be working with the Peabody Veterans Memorial High School and Dr. Chris Lord, as well as Bishop Fenwick High School and Tom Noonan, to offer local businesses workforce assistance through internship opportunities for the students. Some of our businesses will benefit greatly from some very talented young people, while those students will get some real-life work experience that might not otherwise be accessible to them. So we're pretty proud of that initiative that was presented to us. The Chamber intends to continue to be an active and influential participant in the launch of a transportation pilot program in collaboration with the North Shore TMA, Peabody Main Streets, and the City of Peabody. For the past couple of years, through my role on this executive board, as a Peabody Main Streets board member and as a Peabody Planning board member, I've had the pleasure of working with so many great people on this project. As chairman, I hope to continue to lead that effort and engage our membership to develop a connected community that makes it easier and more convenient for people to take shared transportation, bike, or walk, insert ferry joke about Crystal Lake, to their destination in Peabody and the surrounding communities to work, shop, dine, and support our businesses. I'm certain the next year will prove to be successful towards this end. One of our 2021-2022 goals will be to increase the Chamber's presence among businesses in the surrounding towns that we also represent, Danvers, Middleton, and Linfield. Given the right tools and support, any business in our area can be successful, which is why we focus on advocacy, promotion, and community involvement. The Peabody Area Chamber is a partner with every business and every professional, helping them on a path to success. I look forward to planning the execution of these goals with the full board during our December board meeting. And with that said, I'd like to introduce individually and invite each of the 2021-2022 Board of Directors to join me up here for acknowledgement and a photo. When I call your name, if you could come up and take the spotlight off of me. So if we could get Corey back up here, past chairman, Corey Jackson, citizens in. First vice chair, Brian Vinagro, Peabody Wealth Advisors. Hashtag you're next. Second vice chair, David Olson, Salem News. Treasurer, Rachel Ritos, Johnson O'Connor. Now for the full board, Camille Bartlett, Peabody TV. Joe Lepori, Edward Jones. Chris Ryder, City of Peabody. Dan Sensabaugh, Herwood, Richards, and Sensabaugh. Oh, the names just keep coming. Joan Bonaskevich, Salem 5. Vanessa Giovanello from Elite Pest Solutions. Wendy Jolly from Rousselot. And absent tonight, we have 4 board members who couldn't be here with us. We have Mary Bellavance of Greyvaux. Christy DiLoretto of Allergy and Asthma Awareness Initiative. Rob Lowell from the Terigian Family YMCA. And Taylor Sparkus from Eastern Bank. And I would like to welcome our new board members, Lynn Fiesel, Fiesel Benefits. Let's go ahead. Paul McGinnity, Barbershop Off the Square. There he is. Best dressed guy in the place. Cindy Moore, Barry Realty Group. And Chris Ross, Century Bank. That's your 2021-2022 Chamber of Commerce Board. Goody? Back there, bro? Thank you, everyone.
Some heavy hitters. Now you know. It makes my job a lot easier to have the support like that, that's for sure. So thank you all so much. So we're going to move on to our milestone anniversaries tonight. And we're grateful for our members' continued support and partnership, and we love celebrating their milestone anniversaries during this event. So Marie is going to help me out here with the presentation of the certificates. But we celebrated with Peabody TV's help last year, as Corey said, in our Roaring 20s gear, tuning in from Mills 58 with the help of Peabody TV. But we thought it was important to call up those who are here tonight who were not able to come up in person in 2020 to accept their anniversary certificates. So without further ado, would the following 5 businesses come up to accept your certificate honoring the anniversary you celebrated in 2020? Celebrating 5 years, back up here, Matt, MRG Construction Management. Rich is representing. He's done. Come on over here. And we'll take a picture. You're happy to take individuals. Fabulous. And then we'll take one of the group too. 10 years last year, TL Massage, Trisha Lobby. Celebrating 25 years last year, Grayvock of its PAC member. Hey, Dave. Thank you. Celebrating 45 years as a PAC member last year, Wood Trucking Corporation. I don't know if they're still here or not. And last but not least, Conway Cahill Broder Funeral Home is celebrating 60 years as a PAC member last year. They were here. Good. Yes. No, they must have left. They were here earlier. So we're also going to recognize those businesses who celebrated a milestone anniversary, of course, in this year. Come on in. Gotta get a picture. Milestone anniversary during this past fiscal year. So here are our businesses who are represented here tonight. Please look at your program because we have many more who were celebrating in 2020 and in 2021, but we'd like to call out those who were here tonight. So these 12 businesses, if you could come up to accept your milestone certificates. We have 5 celebrating their 5 years, so I'll read them together. We have Breaking Grounds Cafe, so Tim, if I know you're here to represent. Gourmet Delights Catering, I know Rachel and Roxanne. Hurwitz, Richard, and Sensabaugh. Dan, come on back up here. Kristen at Popalock, Locksmith of Peabody, and Teresa, Reed Law Firm, PC, 5 years. Come on, get a group picture.
What about, did you get
Dan? Yes, here's Dan. Here's Dan. Come on in.
ready? Are we in here? Do this?
Thanks, Elvis. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Congratulations to all of you. We're looking forward to celebrating year after year with those. It's a big deal. So I would now like to invite the Mayor of Peabody, Mayor Ted Betancourt, up to the podium for a few words, please. Mayor Betancourt.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. First, just let me congratulate the PACC on 90 years. That's pretty incredible, and congratulations to all of you. I am very happy to be here today, and it's so great to see so many familiar faces and to be together to celebrate all the wonderful things that have taken place over these last couple of years. Right now, we are in historic times. All of us are a part of history. 5 years from now, 10 years, 25 years, 100 years from now, people will be talking about this moment. We'll be talking about this last year and a half. We'll all be gone. Maybe not Natalie Mega. Natalie never ages. Maybe Natalie might be still around. But all of us will be gone, but they will still be talking about this last year and a half, 2020, 2021. They'll talk about the loss that all of us have suffered, and all of us have. The heartbreak, just the stress, the anxiety, the depression, the frustration, aggravation, anger that all of us have felt over the last year and a half at different times. And I do believe better days are ahead, but they have been difficult moments for all of you. And I want to congratulate each and every one of you. The work you did to persevere, to continue, the courage, the toughness, the strength to continue during those difficult days, to keep your businesses going, for your families, your employees, your customers. That's something that should be celebrated and recognized, and all of you should be proud of what you're able to do during these difficult moments. We worked hard as a city to try to support, but really it was very little compared to all the effort and everything that all of you put forth for your businesses and for your customers. So again, I want to congratulate all of you. And it wasn't just strength and toughness and being disciplined and taking on all these challenges. It was the kindness and the extra effort that you put forth to try to help each other, to help one another, kind of make it through those difficult days. As mayor, I get to talk to many other mayors. We meet very frequently, town managers. We get together and talk about things. And some of the horror stories that I heard from other cities and towns were really heartbreaking. And certainly we weren't immune to that. We had our share of loss and suffering. But I felt that Peabody did much better than others because of the community that we have here, the work of PACC to keep the togetherness, to keep the communication, to keep the sense of humor, to try to make it last. That really meant something to all of us, and I think that separates Peabody from a lot of other communities that don't have that sense of community. And I think that's extremely important and got us through some very difficult days. There were some two businesses we're going to be recognizing tonight. Cataldo Ambulance, which does great work for the city, the Small Business Association, two that stepped up. But there were so many others that could have been mentioned, and I could rattle them off the top of my head. But I want to congratulate all of you for your hard work, for your just extra effort during these days. I think the light is at the end of the tunnel for all of us, but we still have some work to do. And I want to pledge as best we can for the city to try and support you as best we can. Our city officials, our state legislators, the city workers that are here today, we're trying to do the very best we can to try to help all of you, and we'll continue to do that. So congratulations to all of you. I wish you the best moving forward. Better days are ahead for all of us. Thank you.
I'm going to ask Mayor Betancourt to stay up here, and I'd like to invite Senator Joan Lovely up, along with State Representative Sally Cairns and Andrew Arnodis from Rep. Walsh's office, please. And as the mayor mentioned, we are recognizing two extra special organizations tonight, and like the mayor also said, there are multiple of them, but we do feel like these two went above and beyond in regards to just bringing businesses together. What I'd like to say is just for offering assistance to partnering with and guiding so many of our members, our businesses, and communities through such trying times in personal and professional lives. I would like everyone to join me in congratulating Cataldo Ambulance and the Small Business Administration on receiving the PAC's Community Impact Awards. So come on up here. And I would like to invite Senator Lovely to the podium to represent the outstanding legislative delegation in presenting citations to our recipients. Senator Lovely.
Thank you and good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here tonight to recognize these two businesses, but to also celebrate all of you. As the mayor said, it's been a very difficult last 18 months, but pulling together, we've gotten through. And I hope that the government, the state government, has been able to help a lot of you. I will tell you the number one call into our offices right now is still unemployment assistance, and we're helping as many people as we can just still navigate this very difficult world that we've lived in since the beginning of the pandemic. But we're here tonight to celebrate these two outstanding businesses and also to just say thank you to all of you. And if you need us, you know where to find us. So I would like to first read two citations from the Senate. I like to read these, so if you indulge me for just 30 seconds. Commonwealth of Massachusetts State Senate official citation. Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to Cataldo Ambulance Service, Inc. and the Small Business Administration in recognition of receiving a Community Impact Award from the Peabody Area Chamber of Commerce for your exceptional service during the COVID-19 pandemic. And be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends its best wishes for continued success, that this citation be duly signed by the President of the Senate and attested by our clerk. It is signed by our President, Karen Spilka, and offered by me, your state senator, Joan Lovely, and congratulations and thank you. And a hearty and huge thank you for everything you've done to help small businesses and businesses across Peabody and the PAC. So thank you so much. I sure.
You can absolutely.
I'm going to.
Thank you, Senator. So on behalf of the House, we're just going to not read it all, but underscore the thanks. Oh, he wants me to read it.
No, they don't want to leave.
I got a microphone, I got a green light, I'm going. So Commonwealth of Massachusetts House of Representatives congratulates Cataldo Ambulance Services, Inc. in recognition of your outstanding commitment to the city of Peabody and your service during the coronavirus pandemic. The entire membership extends its very best wishes and expresses the hope for future good fortune and continued success in all endeavors. Signed by Tom Walsh, representative of Peabody, Sally Kearns, that's me, and Speaker Ron Mariano, and we are very grateful.
And then you guys can.
Yeah.
Good. All right. Thank you so much. We're gonna stand
Put up in the office.
One more.
So I've asked Dennis and Dan to stay up here because I would love for Dennis to say a few words on behalf of Cataldo. So Dennis Cataldo, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Beth. So I don't want to be too windy here because my pal Dan, he's got a 3-page speech he wants to read. He's got to get it all out. Yeah, but in all honesty, this is really a tremendous accolade for me to accept on behalf of our organization. I want to thank, obviously, the Peabody Area Chamber of Commerce, Beth and Maria, for all that you've done for the business community. This has been a really tough run for everybody. Everybody's had to face a lot of challenges, and everybody's come through really with flying colors. When you look around the room, people have done very well. To our legislators that go to the State House or have been sitting on Zoom calls ad nauseum to the point of ridiculousness, trying to make sure public policy and the society stays in order. Thank you. You really have done remarkable work for all of us. To our mayor in Peabody, Mayor Betancourt, who has been remarkably supportive of our organization for his entirety of his term in office, but for all he does to make sure that public safety in the city is at top notch at all times, even during these most challenging times. Your efforts are remarkable. He's got, kids and a family. I do too, and I know how much work you put in, and I appreciate all the support that you give us, even during these times when you really needed to give your best on both ends, at home and in the city. And on behalf of our entire organization at Cataldo Ambulance Service, I'm blessed enough to have about 750, 800 field staff that go out every day. And in our staffing issue right now is no different than every place you go. We are struggling with the most challenging times, putting ambulances on the road every day. And those first responders are walking into conditions that you couldn't even imagine having to deal with, and they're doing it because they really do care about the patients they serve. When it comes to community impact and what we've been able to do in Peabody and the surrounding communities, I'm sure you've seen maybe on the news or in through other media opportunities the role that we played at Fenway Park, at the Heinz Exhibition Center. It was a really difficult time during COVID, and we weren't actually, although contrary to prior belief, we weren't transporting as many patients. We had a lot of staff become sick. We had a lot of challenges. We were trying to find a way to help and assist the state and all the population and to, get vaccinations and testing. And we really jumped in 2 feet. I have a couple of gentlemen here with me today. Dan, I don't know where Rob went, maybe to the bathroom over there, but Dan's our vice president. He was out front on the testing and vaccination endeavors that we got into, and a few phone calls into things with the state and trying to assess where we could help. We ended up, after just a very short period of time, we ended up onboarding over 1,100 vaccination and testing staff in a matter of 10 weeks. And that's in addition to all of the folks that we had, paramedics, EMTs, and so forth, managing ambulance every day. And to date, we've administered probably about 2 million tests and 1.7 million vaccinations, just our organization. So we're able to do a lot of that right in the city of Peabody with the cooperation of the Board of Health and all the other agencies that got involved. So this means a lot for us to be recognized. We don't always do it right, but we certainly try hard every time. And I want to thank everybody. And congratulations to Dan as well.
Dan Martinello of the SBA, who was a wonderful partner and was always willing to jump on a Zoom webinar of some sort to just guide, whether it be with our banks, in collaboration with our banks, and for our members to just share information and share the knowledge that he had and the opportunities for our members. So Dan Martinello, please join us.
Thank you, everybody, and I'll try to make this as brief as possible. I know people's chairs are inching out closer to the door. I can already see it. I understand, trust me. But I just want to, thank Beth and thank Maria and the rest of the Peabody Chamber board members, for this recognition, on behalf of myself and the rest of the SBA team. But, I would really like to take the time that you provided me to actually, kind of give thanks to the small business community here, and also the lending community. You have a lot of lenders here tonight that are constantly showing support for their small business community. So, I know both the small business community and the lending community, during this pandemic, you had to jump over a ton of different hurdles. Maybe you had to crash through a few of those hurdles or just somehow, just get around them during the pandemic. And, I know it hasn't been easy, but I just want to commend you, for the work that you do, trying to keep your business, going, and also just keeping, Peabody a thriving small business community. So during the pandemic, the SBA, basically one of the probably not well-known government agencies prior to the pandemic, and not so much anymore, along with our lending community, we were tasked with implementing a variety of small business economic relief programs. to help these businesses stay afloat during these unprecedented times. And I can tell you, it really hasn't been easy, or simple, and these various programs that have come about have had their own hiccups along the way, but I do believe that the intention of these programs provided much needed relief to the small business communities. With that said, I want to go over some numbers about the different programs. And Massachusetts and the North Shore community, in general, has seen significant amounts of money coming into the state through various economic aid programs. One of the first programs that I want to touch on tonight is the Paycheck Protection Program, which predominantly helped fund small businesses to maintain and keep their employees employed during the pandemic. This program itself was driven heavily through our lending partnerships. So they worked day in, day out, trying to make sure that these funds got in the hands of the small businesses, here in Massachusetts. With that said, over 220,000 PPP loans were administered in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and that equaled over $21 billion for small businesses here in the state. One thing too, since I brought up the lending partners, I also want to state that during the last 12 months, in addition to handling these PPP loans, they've provided capital funding through our normal flagship loan programs, the 7A and the 504 program. They've issued over 1,500 additional loans, which equaled up to $687 million to help small businesses grow and expand during the pandemic. So I really just want to take another time out just to thank them for their continued partnership, and I know a lot of them, are here on the North Shore. So if we could just give them a round of applause too. I'm almost done, I promise. So, up next too, I wanted just to talk about the additional task of trying to get grant funding into the hands of businesses that came from certain industries that may have been impacted more severely due to different health regulations or health requirements that may have shut down their business operations or reduced their operations to some capacity. So, we provided additional funding through the Restaurant Revitalization Fund, along with the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant Fund. So again, here in Massachusetts, we've seen significant amounts of funds come from, to the state from these programs. For the RRF, we use acronyms as much as we can in the federal government. So I'm going to shorten all this. The RRF, there was over $991 million in grant funding provided to small businesses here in the state, and about $6.3 million of that went to Peabody area-based small businesses. Also, for the SVOG, the small businesses in the state received over $296 million in funding, which the North Shore received about $24 million of that. And then the last program that I want to bring up was actually our first economic aid relief program when the pandemic, unfortunately first started, and that was the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. Now, the reason why I want to bring this up last is because this is the one program that's actually still running as we speak. So the deadline, if you are interested in that is the application period ends on December 31st of this year. So, a couple key points that I want to just address with it when it comes to that program. So this is a direct SBA loan program. It offers fixed low rates. You can utilize these funds for a variety of small business purposes, but this loan is there to try to help you, continue your way through the pandemic. So just make sure that if you need advice on that, if you need help with that, please feel free to call myself or anyone on my team at the SBA office. We've been working from home, but I'm a cell phone call away, I promise. And I live here in Peabody, so you can get a hold of me. Just look me up. You'll find me. You can knock on my door. With that said, this program, since its inception, has provided small businesses with over $5.2 billion in financing. This is as of last week, just here in the state of Massachusetts. So just a few more things that I want to touch on before everybody heads for the races, heads to the parking lot and tries to get out of here on Route 1. One thing I really want to just, stress is making sure that if you're a small business, utilize all these great resources that are available to you here in the state. So, we partner with a lot of different organizations, whether it's partnering with the chamber and doing webinars like we did over the course of the pandemic, or partnering with a variety of other small business organizations like SCORE, the SBDC, the Small Business Development Center, the Center for Women in Enterprise, or the Veterans Business Outreach Center if you're a veteran-based business. Take advantage of these. These are your tax dollars at work, and I just want to make sure that you do know about those resources. So again, call me anytime, and I can point you in the right direction and get you the help you need. Also, too, keep track of what's going on right now in Washington. I mean, not all the silliness, but as far as infrastructure bill and things like that, try to keep up to date with that as much as you can, because depending on if this infrastructure bill gets passed, you may see more opportunities when it comes to federal government contracting opportunities. So if you want to expand your business, and help your business grow, and by doing business with the government, there may be more opportunities coming that way. Also, too, there is talk about, certain new loan programs that the SBA might be involved in if an infrastructure bill does come about. So, I just, implore you to, keep track of that, keep us on top of your mind. Again, anytime you need to reach out, I'm a phone call away. And, thank you for taking the time to listen to me for a few minutes, and I'll turn it back over to Beth.
Thank you, Dan. Sounds like I need to provide your cell phone number and your home address, so I will get that from you after. Thank you both so much. I do have to hit rewind because I was so excited, and then all of a sudden Maria said, we celebrated the 5 years. And then I did, and there are a few other businesses that have huge milestones. So if you could bear with me, because it's so important and it's such a celebration. So we have Peabody TV celebrating 15 years this year. So Camille, come on up. You're the next contestant. Congratulations. You're welcome. And if you want to stay up here with us so we can get a picture, please. Yes. We have 3 businesses celebrating 20 years. Tim, I'm looking at you. You're back up here for Northeast Arc. Sandra, you out there? Sandra Network. Sandra Batakis celebrating 20 years. And the Progeria Research Foundation is celebrating 20 years. I don't know if she's still here. No, Audrey was here earlier, but not anymore. So we're going to keep going with these. 2 celebrating 30 years. Who wants to come up from the city of Peabody? Yes, Daryl. You're Daryl McCarthy. 30 years. Herb Harris, Paget Business Services is celebrating 30 years. And wait for it, Chuck, Martha, Holden Station, 55 years.
Smush a little bit further.
Awesome. Thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations, sir.
Okay. Thank you all so much. We're not going to shut everything down until we have our raffle winners chosen. So if you wouldn't mind, we're grabbing the raffle winners. But thank you so much to everyone for being here tonight. It was so fun celebrating everyone, and again, being here in person. And we so appreciate your support and your partnership, and I look forward to working with all of you in this next year especially, and further. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here.